Hello everyone, Attack Power here with another game from the monthly tournaments between Jaapaasa and Liszek. Let's dive right in here to Orsha North. And on the left, in the red, we have Jaapaasa playing 8A4th Strelki on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the blue, we have Liszek playing 17th SS Panzergrenadier Gotz von B, also on Maverick Income. It's good to be back to the cast. I hope you guys all enjoy them. Sorry for the little break. I'm going to try to get back to getting more games out to you, keeping good old SD2 alive, because let's be honest, it's dying right now, and it makes my heart very sad. Let's dive in here to the decks, though. So, on the left, 84th Strelki, a very solid division, has been for a very long time. In terms of Soviet divisions, it's definitely one of the top tier ones of the Soviets, if not the top tier one of the Soviet divisions. Recon here, not much to talk about. Snipers, they're fine. I'm never sad to have them. Infantry tab, pretty darn strong, especially for Orsha North. Soviet divisions just tend to be a little bit more CQC focused and have a lot of options for that. So here we see A-Phase, Avto Machiki, and 2 cards of Gavardi DP. Don't love that personally, but I understand you have the Strafnikis to give you lots of long range, long time power. Then he also has Sapari as well. B-Phase, we have the Gavardi DP, again, the 3rd card and final one. The Sapari Rocks, these guys are great, nice, solid mix of long range and flamer there. And the Strafniki, of course, the triple DP, along with a C-Phase cards of Avto Machiki to round out with more CQC here in Orsha North. Tank tab, nice and small here. We have T-34Es coming in A-Phase and an IS-2 Commander in B-Phase. Leader, I should say. Support tab, Ognivan Cheeky, 50 mil mortars, SG-43, KV-8S here to kind of essentially support the tank tab in your support tab, the OB-25, and then the dreaded ISU-152 on 1 veterancy. The AT tab, Panzerschreck, a nice card there for the Soviets, a 45 mil, the ZIS-2 in A and B, and the SU-76 here in B, so a nice AT tab. AA tab, pretty straightforward, 37 mils and 85 mil card there. RD tab with the SU-76s, the 122s, the leader, of course, and an off-map gross. The 122 is quite solid. The SU-76 is great for counter battery because they move. The air tab here, TU-2F for the recon, PE-3 bomber. I do like these, they're pretty solid. IL-237, this one does have the AT guns on it, important to note, even though it does have some small bombs as well. And then another card of PE-3Bs with the smaller bomb loadout, but still generally enough to kill stuff. So yeah, 84th, very strong tab division here. On the other side, 17th SS used to be the terror of the game. Still a very solid division, really doesn't have any significant weaknesses, but power creep has made this division into just a kind of low A tier division. Weird to say that, but that really is what it lands at these days. The recon tab, really strong. You have SPW 231s and 233s, and the Alfklada, which I don't think they can come in the 222s. He's not bringing them here, and I'm pretty sure you can't. The infantry tab here, we have the leader, of course, SS Legionary in A-Phase, along with the Volkdeutsche and Panzergrenadier MG34s. B-Phase, we have a double vet card of Sturm Pioneers, the other card of SS Legionary, Volkdeutsche Panzergrens as well, and a C-Phase card of Panzergrenadiers as well. The tank tab here, the dreaded Stug 4s all the way across. Love this tank tab. It's just Stug 4s. The support tab, really strong. We have Flammenwerfers, IG-18s, MG-42s, and IG-33s, all in A-Phase, though. No ammo at all. Let's see if he brings it in some other tab. The Panzerschrecks here, Pack 40 again in B-Phase, Jagdpanzer 4, still the better version, not the A0 version, which is kind of not that great. And then the Pack 43 Krupp to take out those IS-2s. A tab, just a Flak 36 and an SDK 71. Plenty if he can keep them alive. RD tab is literally all Nebelwerfers. I love it. It's just a Nebelwerfer blob. And then the air tab here, the FI, Recon, and 2 cards of Ju-87 Tank Buster. He seems very concerned about tanks here on Orsha North. Kind of surprising, honestly, although the rest of the air tab is not like super powerful. So diving in here to the game, we have a TU-2F right off the bat, along with an FI 156. We see the Soviets pushing early, which they can do because of the side they're on. Actually, now that this side's easier to push. I always have to like orient myself correctly here. On the other side, the Axis make a nice little press down here. Liszek looking for some forward position there. Not much else though. Not going for the opposite town. Going for this flank from here. That's definitely interesting. Ognivan Cheeky can get in here first. The Jeeps are just too fast. 45 mil is here, though. Will the SPW 233s be able to stop it? They do have some great HE damage. Smoke goes down, defends the armor column. Really nice play from Liszek. All those units are still going in front of it. SPW 233 exposing itself, gets off a burst, is standing there, and I don't know what it's doing, and down it goes. A little bit of micro error there. 233 comes around the corner, takes out the 45 mil, and stops that defense. Volkdeutsche in 1410 current for Jaapaasa. His faster Russian units grabbing these two flags. Very easy to do that on this map. This side, Orsha North is the most balanced map in the game in terms of, like, equality. But this side here on the left still has an advantage coming in early because it's much easier to get to this town from that side. Another SPW 233 going down, but takes out the other 45 mil, which means there's no more of that AT there. We continue to see the effects of the fallback nerf, which is just so beautiful. Units actually die when they're running away, which is really nice, honestly. 50 mil mortar, if this can be used well, it essentially makes it, like, impossible to lose any infantry fight because you just never lose because you always pin the opponent down first. It's kind of an absurd weapon if used well. Really hard to get it on target and stuff, though. That's the reason it doesn't cost more, and it's not like the well-known almighty weapon of the game. 233 here going to go down to the KV-8S. The armor on this, probably too much, especially if this thing's firing AP and not heat, and it appears to be. So, yeah, way too much line of sight here. Unless it misses, it does not. So all the armored cars down south now dead. JU-87, does it still have line of sight is the question. It does, apparently. FI goes down, though, loses line of sight, but the KV-8S still dies anyway. Nice kill there for the JU-87. Of course, losing a 15-point recon, not a big deal. 37 mil now in for the coverage of the air. Volkdeutsche trying to sneak forward to get this flag. Ognibushiki not revealed. Kind of surprising, actually. They're pretty darn close. Especially with the Aufklade in the tower, too. MG34 does find the 50 mil. Nothing is more satisfying than killing those, because honestly, when your opponent's good with them, it is so effing annoying. There's few units that make me angrier than a 50 mil. It's kind of embarrassing because it's like a 20-point crap unit, technically speaking. But again, when used well, they're absolutely bananas. Up north, Jaapaasa now pushing there. Pretty weak, just a Volkdeutsche and a leader here to defend. Apologies, got to get that water. Not casting as much, and now in summer, so not currently teaching means my voice is tiring faster than it used to. Liszek here struggling to keep up. Some Panzergrenadiers coming in with the Legionati defense. He's actually deploying them pretty far back. Means he's basically just given up this flag already. It's still at 1410. He needs to clear out this town to relieve this pressure. There's really not actually much here. He probably doesn't know that, but you can probably get... There's only so much stuff you can shove into these two positions at the very edge of the town. And I see this happen all the time. I do it too. You get units here and your opponent just kind of leaves you be, and you get this flag for free for so long with only having a couple flamers there. It's a pretty common mistake from the blue side to kind of let that go. And the problem is now he's going to get in the woods. Now, the nice thing here is it's 17th SS versus Soviets. The Soviets have not been buffed so much that the power creep has affected them versus 17th SS. So technically speaking, 17th SS is still a very strong pick here against 84th. In terms of infantry matchups. Like, the Legionati should still be quite good in this position. The Legionati against a lot of other divisions now are really not that strong. They get absolutely slapped around by a lot of other, like, Western Ally units. They don't have shock, which is a big issue for them. So they end up getting slapped kind of hard in CQC, like, way harder than it feels like they should. Like, this Avto is going to do a disgusting... Well, then again, it's got caught in the open, is taking a full frontal blast. Even at triple star, that's tough to survive. Avto goes down. So a bit of a miss micro there. Avto gets surrounded here. MG34 Grenadier, not the unit you want here. Really quite bad. The Pioneer Fear better fall back because I really don't think it's going to get a grenade off. Oh, is he ground attacking a grenade? Very nice. Let's see if he can land it. Really heads up play here from Liszek. It does hit, but it's not enough to actually stop the Avto. Panzergrenadier gets caught out. Volkdeutsche finally pushed forward, but they're not microed out of the building in time, so they do take a flamer hit. They're now standing out in the open. Not good. They're getting pinned down really fast. The Panzergrenadier is far enough to use his MG34. Volkdeutsche do fall back in time to not get surrendered. That's pretty huge. Infantry getting pinned down here, but Panzergrenadier MG34 just not strong enough to stop all this. Of course, it is like 3-on-1, too. You really can't hate the Panzergrenadier for that. Stug 4 finally coming in. Going into the woods? Okay. It's a ballsy play. It's always ballsy to send a tank into the woods. 1311. Yeah, Liszek really needs to clear this out. He's lost his northern flag now as well. Nothing here going particularly well. Not that things are lost yet, by no stretch. He's traded all right. He's definitely picked up some nice kills. I have started playing a bit more Warno, and it is just very different, the feel of that game. That game is all about things not dying. Like, you just cannot let things die. And I know you might be saying, like, well, attack power, you shouldn't let things die in SD2 either. And that is true. But, like, the time to kill in this game is much faster, actually. So, like, it's harder to keep units alive, and also you get way more units, so losing units is not as devastating. And you can't repair them. So, like, once things get damaged, a lot of times you just let them keep fighting because they're kind of useless at that point anyway. But in Warno, of course, you fall back and you fully repair the unit and it comes back better than ever. So the idea is just you can never let anything die. And therefore you end up building up this just like Giga Force. I'm not a fan of it personally. I like that there's actually some skin in the game when something gets hit and you do something stupid. I hate the fact like someone screws up, their tank takes a huge side shot, and you feel so good about yourself, it falls back and comes back full health. It's like, okay, well, so glad I put all that effort into getting that beautiful side shot and stuff. Didn't matter at all. Woohoo. Pentagram should be the Sapridy of this range, I would think. SPW 231 coming in. I feel like there is SPW 222s in here, actually. It would be kind of weird that he didn't bring them, though. He just really wanted double-vetted off-Clauda in A phase? I don't know. So, flag is recaptured. Currently at 12-12. Liszek finally squeezing up this line here. Ogden and Majigi are still there, but they're at least not capturing things anymore. JU-87 in again. Does it have its target? Nope, it loses... No, I think he fell back, actually. He might have lost sight and then pulled off. 37 mil probably would not have saved that T-34, truth be told. Stugford could try to get in there. Ballsy. He was doing it originally, though. Yeah, SS Legionati just not the terrifying force they used to be. The SS Legionati essentially got nerfed by not getting shock. So power creep is not even really the right word for why this division is not as strong anymore. It's actually just more the fact some of their units just didn't get the buffs other divisions got, which I guess, again, would be power creep. But shock, I would not call it power creep. That was just essentially giving CQC units the ability to be good at CQC. So, I wouldn't call that power creeping. But anyway, SS Legionati didn't get that, so they are noticeably weaker in CQC than they used to be. Sapridy should win this easy as long as they can get their grenade off. Yep. There we go. A win is in they killed the Volkdeutsche and essentially killed the SS Legionati as well. T-34 is going to be an issue here now. He's got to work around that thing being there. 45 mil sneaking into position. Stug 4 completely open on the side here. And nothing to spot. Oh, the 45 mil stops just short. There's nothing to spot the Stug 4. Oh, Liszek is a lucky dog. He did capture this flag down south and currently has the 13 level. About to hit B phase. And the income pours in from there. T-34 taking out the T-231, excuse me. The other two things I really just will not learn to like about Warno is, one, the lack of income variation. I hate the fact there's no different incomes. Ooh, a crew kill with the APCR. That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Anyway, the lack of income variation. Like, I hate the fact everyone has the same income. That's just, like, stupidly boring to me. That you don't get this exciting... Like, I know here we're playing a mirror match anyway, but... You don't get this fun, exciting mashing of the incomes where, like, your income choice matters and all that kind of stuff. It's just taking one more decision away, which I never like when we lose choices. Second, I don't like how long it takes for reinforcements to get to the front line in that game. It's like frickin' forever and a day. I know it's just part of the game, but I just don't like it. That's not that the game is bad. That is just a simple, I don't like it as much. I do think the lack of income variation is bad. I do not like that at all. And third, I miss the phase building of the decks. Building decks kind of feels a little one-dimensional because it's basically, what is the best thing to vet? One vet right now. So everything gets one vet. That's just generally the best way to do it. Or like Planes don't and Artie doesn't, but everything else gets one vet because that's just the optimal way to do it. Since there's no phases, there's no punishment or reward for waiting on units or anything. It's just Do you vet everything or do you not vet everything? Ooh, big bombing strike there. Takes out the IG-33, Ju-87 peeling off. What was it? Oh, it was probably coming after the T-34, but he lost sight of it, I would assume. Or maybe he was afraid of the P-3 coming after it. And it's not that I think Warno is a bad game. I have enjoyed playing it, but it doesn't have as good of a feel as this game does. And I don't think it'll ever get it because they don't have the phase system, they don't have the income system, and the maps are massive. Which to me, with having less units on a bigger map, I'm not a big fan. And again, that's just playstyle choice. That is not a hate on the game of Warno at all. My biggest issue with Warno will always be the fact that it's Cold War and not World War II. So World War II is just better. It's going to be hard for me to ever like Warno more. And I definitely think from a gameplay updated perspective, Warno is far superior. Just like I've been hopping into the game more, to play it because again, it deserves the chance to be played. And SPW 233 there goes down to the T-34. He left the AP on, which means they're not using heat, which is killing these SPW 233s because they'd have a chance actually against the T-34 otherwise. Stug taking APCR again. Will he get super unlucky a second time? He can't spot this 45 mil. 45 mil is one more APCR shot. Can't do it. So I opted into the game and all the maps were different and it was awesome. Like it was very cool to see that they just are, they're just straight updating maps, making them better. Ooh, Stug took a pen, it looks like. Really shouldn't have taken a pen. It must have shown side armor. That's really the only way. But yeah, all the maps were different, and it was really cool. It was like, oh my god, this is what we've been asking for forever, and the depression I felt inside from the fact that they will never do that with SD2 it was just crushing. And we have to accept that, guys, that the game is just past its prime, and they're not going to spend the resources, the apparently significant resources it would take to update maps. Wow, the Stug went down to the 45 mil, and the Nebelwerfer strike finishes it off just a minute late. Wow. Wow, wow. I mean, I love my 45 mils, but that seemed disgusting. I really want to check. I know they updated the penetration on the 45 mil, but I thought it was just the APCR they increased. Really felt like the AP was doing better there. So Jaapasa's still in the lead here, and the trades are not looking great for Liszek lately. And this is what I meant. Like, 17th SS just doesn't feel anywhere as strong as it used to. It really doesn't. These Sapperty Rocks gonna basically slap around anything in the woods. There's really not a ton here. I mean, the Legionati used to be able to manage it, but wait, do these guys have shock? Yeah, they have shock. And the fact that Sapperty Rocks have shock just means that the Legionati don't have much of a chance. Even with the veterancy and bonus. So Nebelwerfer 300, 150, and another 300 up here. P3 coming in, going for the Volkdeutsche, which captured the center flag. Oh, and it goes down. IG-33 did kill the Agnachiki in time, which means the Volkdeutsche should still hold this flag, which is pretty huge. Legionati go down, though. Yeah, they just don't have a chance. And with 4 of these in the woods, it's going to be really rough. Currently 12-12, though. With the flag in the center captured. He could capture this one potentially as well. Might do it here. And there's the flag. Liszek picking up a 13-11 again. Black 36 will stop the P3 from taking out the other precious IG-33, which is absolutely dominating the center right now. Here comes the 300 mil going for... I legitimately have no idea. Killed the 50 mil, which is definitely lame. I would be very excited about it, but it's definitely a lame kill for an entire 300 mil strike. When you had this right here, it could have just devastated this. Kubel MG gonna get killed by the Strafning, and this is why these are bad guys. And I'm not saying he shouldn't bring them in. They're nice for recon, but people who are like, oh, I want my Kubel MG to fight, they're not good. That's why BMWs are crap too, because they just died infantry's machine guns. So a nice Nebelwerfer strike this time up here. Takes out a good chunk of the one Sapperty Rock squad, but the others all get away. Reinforcements pouring into the north, halfway through B phase. Another Nebelwerfer strike going for the 50 mil, it appears. Might kill the Komroti. No, the 150 fails miserably this time. MG42 might take out the ZIS-2. Su-76 is going to work on this IG-33. Legionati coming in. They can easily beat the Gavardi. The problem is they're going to waste their Molotov, which is actually quite precious right now. So, no, they didn't, actually. They happened to keep moving because of the fire. But now they're getting spread out. Might take out the Sapri Komroti first, which would actually be pretty huge. But they're moving in too deep. Oh, way too deep. Yep, they go down. They do get a Molotov off, but now they're going to get double teamed and wiped out. Yeah, wasted Molly on the nearly dead Gavardia. Second Sapri Rox gets off its flamethrower. And that's the end of them. Oof. Ugh. IG-33 is just putting in the work right now. The two that he has left. Clearing out these infantry. Ognimanchiki pushing forward on the Volkdeutsch. No, Volkdeutsch pushing forward on the Ognimanchiki. Oh, this is bad. The disheartened trait making it hard to hold that line. He's going to lose that flag. He's going to have to do other things to clear out. I mean, he could just IG-33 like ground attack right here and he'd clear right out. But now Jaapaasa making a big push down south, and Liszek has almost nothing here. Panzergrens do manage to pick up a Sapri Rox. Not sure if that's going to be enough, though. Volkdeutsch do catch out a Sapri here. Outside of frag range, and that's huge. But now Liszek has lost this northern area. Okay, nice 300 mil strike. Should kill off the Sapri Komroti. There he goes. Sapri Rox down. Can he get some damage on the second one? He does. Oh, a big hit. Actually saves that flag for now. We're about to go to sea phase, and Liszek looking really low on units right now. ISU 152 now in, though, and this will be bad for all of these IG-33s. And they are key right now. They are kind of like holding down the fort. Kubel MG going down to a maximum range. AP, can't miss, won't miss. ISU 152 with 30% accuracy. Gots to love it. Actual Panzergren in here, but unfortunately it's 2-on-1, and 2-on-1 basically always means defeat. Multi-munitions does not take the Nebelwerfer with it. The Su-76 trying to pick some of these up. Liszek was being lazy, getting hit by the counter battery. PE3 does get its bombs off, takes out the IG-33 in the center. It's a pretty bad loss, actually. Jaapaasa still on a 13-11, despite getting pushed back in several areas. The thing is, too, the ammo dying almost kills off the rocket artillery because they're just so ammo hungry. Like, losing them is pretty backbreaking. Panzergren catches out the Sapri Rox in the low cover along with the support of the SPW. Easy win there. So he has broken this down nicely, and he has killed off several of these Sapri Rox. There should only be a few more. Here comes a squad of Sturm Pioneers. Nebelwerfer's aiming up on the ISU 152. Is the second one aiming there? No, it's going for the ZIS-2 over here, which is already targeted up on this Stug 4. It's actually a tough kill for the ZIS-2. The ZIS-2 has a really high rate of fire, but the actual penetration is only 110 millimeters. So at maximum range, it's not penning this Stug 4 very consistently. It's going to be close to like a 25 to 30% penetration rate. 50 mil mortar doing what it does. Yeah, Sturm Pioneer needs to fall back. Here comes a Nebelwerfer strike. And it's going to be wasted. Oh! Nope, I thought he stopped it. Does kill the Sapri Komroti. Not the worst thing ever, but certainly not worth an entire Nebelwerfer strike. ISU 152 easily kills off the MG42. Here comes the Nebelwerfer on it. It is not moving, which means it's going to take at least one hit. Still hasn't moved. Something just died. Transport, it looks like. Missed. Total miss. Big hit. Big hit again. Total miss. And the last rocket. Miss. Does force it back, and it has a fair bit of damage. Pack 40. What's it going after? The ISU, and it's... Oh, wow, it actually didn't die. But it's going to fall back, and that will probably lead to its death. Because, again, falling back does not make your units invincible anymore. So, Rough roll there. Rough roll on that one. Rough. Now we're for 150 going after the 85 mil. I like Liszek's aggressive use of these. Problem is, he's just using one at a time, and I'm not a fan of it. If you use two at once, these are like insta-kill things. But using one Nebelwerfer on a target is just very inconsistent. Yes, once in a while you get a lucky kill. Most of the time, this is what happens right here. Absolutely nothing. Like, it's just a waste. IG-18's trying to keep these ZIS-2s out of this position here. Pack 40 might get an easy kill here on the T-34. Still has APCR on, though. T-34 manages to find a blind spot that isn't supposed to be there, but apparently is. I don't know. ISI-2 is still not the most reliable thing in this game. Not, like, totally wrong often, but still. ISU-152 is fully backed up. IG-33 going to go down here to this ISU-152. Double Nebelwerfer strike going again to different positions. Just not a fan of their use that way. He has so many. He could easily double up. It is fun to watch these things blasting all over the battlefield. I will give it that. ZIS-2 goes down and happens to unload the Avtos coming by to reinforce the town. Actually pretty key. Yeah, there's no ISU here. It's unfortunate for Liszek. Basically a total waste of the strike. Because you have to remember, too, he does not have infinite ammo. You can see this one's actually out already. Like, these are not infinite ammo trucks here. They do very much run out. So over-liberal use of them on small targets can actually run you out. And he's got no supply in the supply tab. So once they're out, they're out. Like, that's the end of them. I don't know if the ISU-152 moved at some point before this strike, but this was basically a full fail. 15-9 again for Jaapaasa. Things not looking great here. T-34 should have no chance of killing this Jagdpanzer IV unless it finds a side shot. And even then... Oh, yeah, definitely can kill on the side. The Pack 40's here as well. I mean, there's so much that can kill this T-34. Wow, it still found a blind... I found a blind spot. Love it. OB-25, so powerful. It really is. This unit is fantastic. This is one of the units I like playing Soviets for. Finally cleared out the Ogdamachiki here. But the disparity in units here is so huge. Liszek has poured so many points into his Nebelwerfers, and Nebelwerfers are very cost efficient, all things considered. Well, okay, the Nebelwerfer 150 is very cost efficient. The Nebelwerfer 300 it's expensive. He's put so many points into these. His front line is kind of weak because of it, and they're running out of ammo, which means these are dead. Like, these are essentially just dead. So these units are all... This is 150, 250 points that have just died without it actually doing anything. Ju-87 unnecessarily in for that T-34, and that's dead. Brings it back to a 12-12. I mean, Liszek's doing well to hold ground, but he's making some bad trades to do it. And again, the whole artillery issue is gonna be a big thing. IG-18 needs to support that Stug 4. Gotta save it. He does not actually have many more of these. He didn't bring a ton. He brought like 9 in total. IG-18's on target. This one's suffering from hill pression. It's one thing Warno doesn't appear to have, which I love. Stupid frickin' hill pression. ZIS-2 survives 2 hits and gets a frickin' bailed out. Wow. That is unlucky. That is so unlucky. His 2 shots that were like the third or fourth shots, which mean they shouldn't miss anymore. Both missed. And then the ZIS-2 finally penetrates and gets a bailed out. I'm pretty sure the chances of that are below like 2%. To miss twice, 10 at this range, and get a bailout. Like that. Wow. Wow. Finally, the double strike here from the Nebelwerfer, and it still does not succeed. That's a bummer. Yeah, I mean, using 2 doesn't mean they will kill things. It's just a much higher % chance. As Liszek continues to struggle to stay out of the single tick, but he's very much in it now. Now there's troops in the center forest here as well. It's going to be really hard to get in there with these ISU-152s covering the open ground. Pack 40 moving back into a position here to try to find that ISU. And the problem is, at maximum range, the Pack 40 does not pen the ISU very well. It's below 50%. It's like 35 or something like that. It's pretty rough. Nebelwerfer is not getting reloaded, so it's firing a single shell here. Panzergren's finally recaptured this flag, but it's still 13-11, with him losing the flag now in the center very much. Very decisively. Nebelwerfer, single strike. Oh, they both had one rocket left. Wow, and they actually land. Single rocket takes out the SG-43. Not that it matters, really, but still. Gotta love it. IL-237 came in for the Jagdpanzer 4 kill. Could not find it. The Pack-40 kind of out of position here because it could be covering off this road, like the IG-18 here. It could be covering this road off a little better, I think. And Liszek throws in the towel. Jaapaasa taking victory here, 2015 to 1,525. Yeah, trades just did not go super well there for Liszek. Some really unlucky moments, to be sure. But I'm sure there were a few for Jaapaasa that we missed. But yeah, let's see here. Sapri Rocks slapping in the woods there. Yeah, I mean, 17SS just not the powerhouse it used to be. It just really isn't. It's still well-rounded, but it lost its CQC strength, and that really hurts in this game. There's no getting around the fact if you can never step into a green forest, it's hard to win game, especially on Orsha North. Very hard to win that game with no green forest strength. And it's not that you have none, it's just not as good as the Russians with Avtos and Sapri Rocks. Like, it's hard to beat that. And I think Liszek put too many points into Nebelwerfers and did not target them concentrated enough. I think that really hurt him at the end of the day. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Steel Division 2 and Warno content. Really appreciate it, guys. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day.